It is vitally important to diagnose autism at the earliest age possible. Autism can be diagnosed as early as 2 years old, but the signs and the symptoms start showing from 12 months to 18 months, as early as then. So I put together a TikTok compilation to show you, as an autism parent or a parent that doesn't know that their kids have autism, to see what the signs look like. So if you see your child displaying those traits or those signs, that you might want to take a deeper look into it to see if that child has autism, because the sooner they get diagnosed and the sooner they get help, the better the outcome. So let's get into the video so we can shed some light on this situation. Hey special family, welcome back to another video. It's always good to have you here. If you're new here, hi, I'm Autism Mom, and on this channel we talk about autism and everything in between. If you'd like to be part of the family, click the subscribe button. It's free. Hit the notification bell so you can know whenever I post a new video. So in today's video, I wanted to make another video on signs of autism. So no two kids with autism are the same. Let's get that out of the way. All the kids are different, but they're on one spectrum with different traits. So there are a few signs that you can see as a parent early on, and that can maybe tell you that your child might have autism. The signs are different for each kid, and if you see it early on and you tackle it early on, it'll be in your child's best benefit, because the best thing for autism is handling it as early as possible. Okay, so I put together a TikTok compilation with real life footage of kids with autism who are very young, some 12 to 18 months, and show you traits that they show that you might see as a parent and not know that your child has autism. So the first one is spinning in circles, and this is what it looks like, and this is why they do it.
Lots of spinning in circles.
Spinning in circles is commonly seen within the autism diagnosis if there's also a sensory processing concern. And all that means is that when a child is spinning, they are trying to stimulate their vestibular sensory system, which is responsible for helping our body understand where we are in space, and it's regulated through the fluid in our inner ears. Also contributes to balance and coordination. By spinning, they're providing themselves with that vestibular input, therefore attempting to regulate their vestibular sensory system. Please keep in mind that no one sign automatically points to a diagnosis, and if you have any concerns, to bring those up to your pediatrician.
The second sign that I want to talk about is late milestones. Ramsey had some late milestones when it came to feeding, when it came to speech, when it came to certain motor skills. And let's not get to that drinking out of a cup thing, because that was traumatizing. But this is what that looks like, and this is why it happens.
2. Late milestones.
I'm going to start out by mentioning that no two children on the autism spectrum are the same. It is a spectrum. So one child may have a delay in fine motor skills, visual motor skills. One child may have a delay in social skills, emotional regulation skills. It may just depend on a variety of factors and which skills and which milestones are delayed. This is why early intervention services are so important, and why receiving a diagnosis at a young age is crucial, because therefore they can begin services like occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy at a younger age. And data has shown and proven that the younger a child receives services, the better the outcomes when compared to a child that received a diagnosis later on in their life.
Another early sign of autism is sensory seeking. And I think yesterday I made a video talking about certain things that they do to calm them down. Okay, this is what sensory seeking looks like, and this is why they do it.
Sensory seeking.
Many children on the autism spectrum also have a sensory integration or modulation difficulty, and they may be sensory seeking, they may be sensory avoiding, or they may be a combination of avoiding and seeking with different types of sensory input. A sensory seeker may be those who are moving around a lot, they rock back and forth, they may just be crashing into objects or people, they may be jumping up and down, very movement heavy. A sensory avoider may be those that really don't like that kind of input. They may have more of a picky diet. They don't like to be touched or held. Those are just a few examples, but there's many more.
Another early sign of autism is hand leading, where they take your finger and move it. Instead of moving their finger, they're moving yours. This is why they do it, and this is what it looks like.
Hand leading.
Okay.
Many children on the autism spectrum also have a difficult time communicating what their wants and needs are. And so many children will grab the hand of the caregiver they're with to help them complete either a task or another activity. And this limits the need to communicate with their caregiver because expressive language is very difficult for children on the autism spectrum. This is where speech therapy really comes into play, where speech therapists may incorporate sign language and also using the word help to be able to teach a child those communication skills and expressive language skills.
Another early sign of autism is spinning wheels. If they have a truck or a car, they'll keep spinning the wheel, spinning the wheel, spinning the wheel. You might think, what in the world? What are you doing? But this is why they do it, and this is what it looks like.
Spinning wheels for eye stimulation.
Kids with autism tend to fixate or perseverate on objects or items that are visually pleasing to them, aka their brain thinks about them over and over and over again. Usually the items that they tend to fixate on are enjoyable for them to look at and are visually pleasing, like wheels or fans, objects that rotate. Because many children on the autism spectrum tend to think in black and white, it can be very hard for them to be flexible and expand into different areas of play. So services like occupational therapy can help broaden the scope of play activities for them and help teach them the skills that they need to be able to engage in different types of activities other than the ones that they are fixating on.
Another early sign is called echolalia. That's when I don't know if your kid does it. My kid used to do it. Now he has no speech at all. If you say hi, they'll say hi. How are you today? How are you today? Do you need something? Do you need something? Like, they'll repeat everything you say. This is what it looks like, and this is why they're doing it.
Hi, Lucas.
Okay.
How are you? Are you playing?
Echolalia is a condition in which people will repeat the words or phrases that they hear, either immediately or delayed, meaning later on. Please remember, just like all the other signs or characteristics of autism, that no two people are going to demonstrate the same signs. So you may have somebody on the autism spectrum that has echolalic language, and you may have somebody on the autism spectrum that does not.
Okay, another early sign is rigid routines. My son has routines, and I don't know if I'm the only parent that thinks that autism after a certain age, it comes with OCD. Yeah, I think my child has developed OCD somehow. I need to go double check that, but I could swear he got OCD now. But rigid routines, that's the reason why I like having ABA therapy at home, because when he comes home, he knows, hang your backpack here, put your shoes here, wash your hands, throw the paper towel in the garbage, take off your coat, hang your coat in the closet, sit at the table, and wait on your food. And everything is a routine for him. When he's done, he knows where to get his iPad. He sit on the couch, he knows where his favorite blanket is stored. And this is what it looks like, and this is why.
Rigid routines. Many children on the autism spectrum have a really hard time deviating away from routines, which can then lead to difficulties separating from preferred toys or transitioning to new tasks or activities. This could also mean that they have a really hard time with new routines or new changes in their life.
Other signs are walking on their toes, flapping their hands, like rocking back and forth, pacing back and forth. Those are all signs of autism. And if you see this happening over and over again, sometimes they're spinning in circles. And these are just things that they keep doing over and over again. Let's not talk about the jumping, because my condo is upstairs. My poor neighbor, I swear to God. And your child be like 2 years old and has no speech. It's crazy. But all these things should give you an idea of, maybe my child has autism. Let me just be sure and have him checked. If you see any of these signs, please just go check your child out, just to make sure that you're about to nip it in the bud as early as possible, because the key to autism is early intervention. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today, and I hope that it can help a parent out there who's seeing these things, has an idea but still in denial. Always get your child diagnosed. Don't get one diagnosis, get two as a backup. And once you get the diagnosis, if your child is under 2 years old, in Atlanta we have something called Babies Can't Wait. If you just type in Babies Can't Wait in your state, it'll come up with the name in your state, because I think in certain states the name is different. If your child is under 3, they will help you with therapy and everything, get you on track with your child until your child is 3 years old. Then they register your child in school, because if you have a child with autism or special needs, they get to register in school earlier than a normal neurotypical kid would, because they need routine, they need to get acquainted with the whole school situation. So they put them in school starting from age 3. So once you get the diagnosis, you're sure now your child has autism, keep a copy of that diagnosis handy, because from that point on, everything you do, they want that diagnosis. Once you have the diagnosis, keep a copy on your desktop. Get your child into Babies Can't Wait at 3 years old. With the help of Babies Can't Wait, they'll register your child in school. They'll set up an IEP. Once you get that IEP, you can tell them things you want to work on with your child. And every year you redo the IEP to reach other milestones. But ABA therapy has been our best friend. Speech, OT, some kids need physical therapy. But these are the 4 types of therapy that we use: speech, OT, ABA, and some kids get physical therapy. So I hope this video was helpful, that at least if a parent does have an idea, she knows what to look for, he or she knows what to look for. So that was it, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.